Alright. So, this is a presentation about how to handle college, alright, and how to become a future wolf on Wall Street.
This presentation was made by the people for the people, so use it to your knowledge.
Alright, we got the basics here. Be punctual. College is not like high school. Let me tell you that first. High school, they spoon feed you like right off the back. Here in college, you're an adult. You cannot be waiting on them giving you the test, your own pencil. You gotta go buy that, and the Scantrons too. I mean, you gotta buy that. I mean, you guys know that, right? All right, you guys set goals. You guys have two types of goals: long-term and short-term. Some short-terms could be like waking up in the morning. That's pretty hard. All right, and plan ahead. Make sure you guys are prepared for anything they throw at you. I mean, college is pretty difficult. So another one, keep in touch with your counselor. They help you through difficulties and college, so you guys can survive there. Have multiple options. That's my final one. And last but not least, don't procrastinate. Like this picture right here. When you remember, you forget to do your homework 5 minutes before class starts. Don't be him.
Alright, the first step in getting to the college you want is getting the right grades in the right classes. Should have started this freshman year in high school. If not, it's alright. Go and talk to your counselors. As Sergio said, they have them in high school too. Make sure you're taking the right classes. Different schools have different requirements and recommendations on what they want for you to get in. Here are A through G requirements. Starting with A, 2 years of history required, 3 recommended by the UC system if you're trying to get into that. Schools like UCLA, UC Santa Barbara. B, 4 years English are required no matter what school you're trying to get into, whether it be UC or just a junior college. 3 years of mathematics are required, 4 recommended. 2 years of a lab science, 1 more recommended for the UC system. They're a little more strict on that. 2 years of a foreign language, also another one recommended, again for the UCs. And then 1 year of visual and performing arts required. This can be like choir or ceramics. I know they offer that at my school. And then 1 year college preparatory elective, which can falls under the A through F categories. This is like a class that, say you filled your requirements, you can take an extra one that could possibly help you excel at the next level of education. So here are the requirements and recommendations to get into different types of colleges. Alright, so you need to have an effective personal statement. You need to talk about the struggle, what you've been through. You need to say like how you've overcome a lot of difficulties. So your strengths and even some of your weaknesses you can use to your advantage. Well, not a lot of them. You gotta have more strength. And you need to talk about why you're specifically perfect for that college, why you fit in that environment, and you need to make yourself unique. So your writing needs to be good, your story needs to be different. You cannot be like the competition. You gotta be different.
One of the most important things to getting into a college is having a good networking system. You got to be well connected with the right people, and some of those connections are going to help you out in the long run with even a job or an internship after college. And you got to be able to speak to others. You got to introduce yourself, and accordingly too, you got to dress nice. You can't be dressing all bummy at your first college one. And you got to be able to speak to others, and you got to use your resources around you. You can't be afraid to go to the library and use that computer if you don't got one at home. But you got to be able to interact with the others and exchange information and develop contacts, because that's what's going to further your career in life.
Okay, self-care. So before you apply to college, most of us go through stress. Things you could do to prevent yourself from stress would be prepared for anything that comes your way. Allow time for yourself, or make time for yourself. Always be confident about yourself and believe in yourself. Don't be negative. And also enjoy your life.
Alright, some extracurriculars. You need to get involved in your school. You need to get into clubs and sports and take some extracurriculars like pottery or art or like AP physics or stuff like that. And the more you do, the better for you. You will succeed a lot more. You will have a lot better connections. And you're like, if you get in touch with your teachers or your coaches, they can help you out. Your coaches can recommend you for colleges that you might want to go to and get you scholarships. That'll really help you.
All right. Resources, resources, resources. Where's your fairy godmother at? I mean, come on. Your outreachers, they're there. You just gotta go find them. So they can help you through these struggles to get a full ride to college too. I mean, they're there for you. So make sure you go find them. You be acquainted with these people. They give you the information. They get you on track. They find you your pathway, and they can give you different options, programs, and scholarships that you can be informed with.
Some resources available to you are on your campus. They're everywhere. You just gotta find them. Like the advising office, and the tutoring and homework stuff, and the campus counseling and the campus health center, and all those are there to help you and help you succeed in college and get you help.
Okay, so when you apply to college, you'll need a letter of recommendation. One way you could get it is by your teacher, your counselor, your neighbor. You must take the SAT or ACT, either both, depending on what university or college you want to go to. And you must visit the college campus if you'd like to. You don't have to. You can schedule an appointment with them. Also, you need to submit your FAFSA before deadlines. If not, you don't get any FAFSA or financial aid. And you also need a transcript.
All right, money bag, money bag, money bag. People think if they don't have money bags falling out of their pockets, they can't make it to college, and that's not true at all. In fact, money should be your last concern. You know, what's the point of stressing about money if you don't even get accepted into college? So, but as you get closer to there, it does become not so much an issue, but more of a priority. There's scholarships, there's academic scholarships, there's athletic scholarships, but there's also organizations. I know there's organizations at my school that offer scholarships to minorities. So I know that's a really common thing here in the Valley. A lot of scholarships require minimum GPA or test score because most colleges do want the best of the best. Thousands of scholarships are available at www.fastweb.com. If you're not sure where to look, that's the place to go. And then even once you get to college, if you didn't get no scholarships or anything and you need to buy that book and you don't have the money on you, you could always apply for financial aid and student loans and student grants. People always are like, oh, well, then you get in debt. Yeah, but at least you get to go to college, and then you could fix that debt later in life when you're making that money you've always wanted. And so just to go over it again, money should be your last concern.
All right, different types of universities, all right? There are so far 4 or 5 different types of universities and colleges, okay? This is one of them. This is University of California. A University of California is a very prestigious college or university. They look for the best of the best, okay? They are looking for the smartest, the brightest, and the best athletic, okay? These colleges are extremely hard to get to. The competition is real when it comes to these kind of colleges. If you get accepted to these colleges, you have to have the highest GPAs of anyone out there. And getting accepted in these colleges is not only hard, but it's extremely expensive going to these colleges. So you got to keep that in mind. Yeah.
Another type of college is the California State University, also known as CSUs. These are not as prestigious as the UCs, but they are really good to get into, and you need to get a high GPA to get into them, a minimum of a 3.0 at least. You need to get high test scores, and they are smaller, but they offer the same majors, or most of the majors you can get at a UC, and they're not so limited. They are all around the states, so it's easy to get to for you.
All right, private universities. Private universities are universities that are not state funded. They were privately funded. So they make their own policies, they have their own goals, they have their own athletics program, they have their own everything, okay? These universities can, for example, USC, Princeton, Stanford, the Ivy League schools are all private universities. These universities are like UCs, but UCs are state funded while private universities are not. So while they have their own prices, these ones are way more expensive than UCs, but at the same time they're a little bit more, prestigious when it comes to athletics or when it comes to academics. These universities are top of the line and some of the most expensive in the world, but it's worth it.
So if you don't get accepted to a UC or CSU or a private school, you still have the option to go to a junior college. And junior colleges are a lot less expensive if you don't have all that money. And if you're not able to get a scholarship, you can go there for cheap. And if you still have a dream of going to a UC or one of those bigger schools, you can go to a junior college for 2 years. You do good there, you work hard, then you can move on and go to one of your dream schools and be successful.
Here's our resources. Sources.
That's
That's
all.
all.
That's all, folks.